Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. I am Dr. S.K. Singh, and I am pleased to present to you a topic that is both critical and timely. Today, we will be exploring Capa for human error in pharmaceutical manufacturing and control. In this session, I will walk you through the importance of identifying human errors, understanding their impact, and implementing effective corrective and preventive actions. We'll look at strategies to minimize errors and improve overall quality and safety in pharmaceutical processes. I look forward to sharing insights and engaging with you throughout this presentation. Let's start by understanding the introduction. Human error is a significant contributor to deviations in pharmaceutical operations. These deviations can impact quality, safety, and compliance. To address this, we use a system called Capa, which stands for Corrective and Preventive Action. This system is essential because it helps us investigate issues thoroughly and eliminate their causes, ensuring we stay compliant with good manufacturing practices and other regulatory requirements. Now, what exactly is Capa? Well, corrective action focuses on fixing the immediate problem, the issue that just occurred. Preventive action, on the other hand, is about digging deeper to identify and eliminate the root cause so the problem doesn't happen again. Think of it as a two-step process. First, stop the problem, then prevent it from recurring. Importantly, Capa is a core part of our quality management system, or QMS. It ties everything together by ensuring continuous improvement and compliance across our operations. So, in summary, Capa helps us not only solve problems, but also strengthen our processes to prevent future issues. Let's take a closer look at human error in the pharmaceutical industry. Errors can happen in several key areas. First, manufacturing processes such as weighing, mixing, and processing are all vulnerable to mistakes. For example, an incorrect measurement during weighing can lead to significant issues down the line. Then, we have quality control, where testing and analysis are performed to ensure product safety and efficacy. Human errors here can compromise the entire batch. Lastly, documentation is another critical area. Inaccurate or incomplete records can cause misunderstandings and errors later on. To give a specific example, imagine an operator mistakenly weighing the active pharmaceutical ingredient, or API. That small mistake might seem minor at the time, but it could affect the final product's quality and safety. Recognizing these points helps us understand why minimizing human error is vital for maintaining high standards in pharma. It's a constant challenge, but one we must address to ensure patient safety and product integrity. Let's walk through the Capa process flow, which is essential for maintaining quality and compliance. First, we start with deviation identification, where we spot anything that doesn't meet our standards. Next comes the investigation phase, where we delve into understanding what happened. This leads us to root cause analysis, or RCA, which is about pinpointing the fundamental reason behind the deviation. Once we have identified the root cause, we develop a Capa plan, corrective and preventive actions, to address and prevent recurrence. Implementation is the next step, where we put those actions into practice. After that, we perform an effectiveness check to ensure the actions have resolved the issue. Finally, we close out the Capa, but only after confirming everything is in control. Now, when is Capa required? Well, it's triggered by certain events like deviations from SOPs, out-of-specification results, customer complaints, audit observations, or batch failures. Recognizing these signals is crucial because they indicate areas where our processes need improvement. Understanding the Capa process helps us systematically address issues and uphold the quality standards that are vital to our success. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the key root cause analysis tools we can use to dig deeper into problems. First up is the 5 why analysis. This method involves asking why multiple times, usually 5, to peel back the layers of a problem and get to its core. It's simple but very effective for identifying underlying issues. Next, we have the fishbone diagram, also known as the Ishikawa diagram. This visual tool helps us categorize potential causes of a problem into different branches like people, processes, equipment, or materials. It gives us a structured way to brainstorm all possible contributing factors. Then there's fault tree analysis, which is more systematic. It starts with the problem at the top and branches downward into various potential causes, helping us understand how different factors combine to cause the issue. To make this concrete, let's look at an example. Suppose the problem is applying the wrong label. Using the 5 why, we might ask why this happened, maybe because of operator confusion. Then, why operator confusion? Possibly due to similar packaging. And that leads us to the root cause, a poor labeling system. By applying these tools, we can identify the root cause more effectively, which is essential for developing targeted solutions. This approach aligns with our overall goal of continuous improvement and quality management. Let's take a look at some examples of preventive actions. These are long-term solutions designed to address issues before they occur. For instance, investing in training and retraining operators helps ensure everyone is up to date on best practices. Revising and simplifying standard operating procedures makes procedures easier to follow, reducing errors. Implementing barcode systems for material identification improves traceability and accuracy. Automating critical steps in the process can greatly reduce human error and increase consistency. All of these measures are about proactively preventing problems and maintaining quality. Now, moving on to corrective and preventive actions. These are more reactive, but equally important. Corrective actions are taken immediately to fix an issue once it's identified. For example, if we find that incorrect material was used, we might reweigh the material and quarantine the affected batch to prevent it from reaching customers. On the quality control side, reanalyzing a sample or recalibrating instruments ensures our testing remains accurate. The key point is that corrective actions help us fix issues quickly, while preventive actions aim to stop them from happening in the first place. Both are essential parts of a robust quality management system. Now let's look at CAPA for rule-based errors. The main issue here is when the wrong SOP is followed. To address this, the corrective action is to stop the process immediately and correct the procedure before continuing. This helps prevent further errors. For preventive measures, we focus on SOP training to ensure everyone understands the correct procedures, and we also maintain a solid document control system to keep SOPs up to date and accessible. Moving on to CAPA for skill-based errors, the issue is when a process step is missed. In this case, the corrective action involves reprocessing the batch if that's feasible, to ensure quality isn't compromised. Preventive strategies include implementing checklists, which serve as a simple but effective reminder during tasks, and using visual aids to make key steps clearer. Both types of errors highlight the importance of having robust processes, whether through training, documentation, or visual tools, to prevent mistakes and quickly correct them when they occur. This all ties back to our overall goal, ensuring consistent quality and safety in our operations. Now let's look at CAPA for violations. When we encounter issues like skipping documentation, the corrective action involves data correction along with proper justification. It's important that we not only fix the data, but also explain why the correction was necessary. For prevention, we need to implement strict QA monitoring to catch these issues early, enforce disciplinary actions when needed, and foster a culture of accountability and continuous improvement. Moving on to CAPA for knowledge-based errors. If someone makes an incorrect decision during troubleshooting, the corrective step is to conduct a thorough technical review. This helps us understand what went wrong and how to prevent it in the future. Preventive measures include targeted skill development and ensuring that experts supervise critical tasks. These steps help build a more knowledgeable team and reduce the likelihood of similar errors happening again. Finally, as we see here, these corrective and preventive actions are ongoing processes. They're essential for maintaining quality, safety, and efficiency across our operations. Integrating these practices helps us create a more resilient and reliable organization. Let's now focus on the effectiveness check of CAPA. The first step is to verify if the issue has truly been resolved. It's important to confirm that the corrective actions implemented are working as intended and that the problem won't reoccur. Next, we need to monitor the recurrence rate over time. Tracking this helps us determine if our solutions are sustainable and effective in the long run. Internal audits and reviews play a crucial role here. They provide an independent assessment of how well the CAPA process is functioning and whether improvements are ongoing. Finally, KPI tracking, especially looking at deviation trends, allows us to quantify our progress and identify any new or persistent issues. All these steps together help us ensure that our CAPA efforts are genuinely driving continuous improvement and maintaining high standards across our processes. In conclusion, I want to emphasize that CAPA, or corrective and preventive action, is absolutely critical when it comes to controlling human error in the pharmaceutical industry. It's a key tool that helps us identify where things might go wrong and address those issues proactively. Now, an important point to remember is that when we investigate errors, our focus should always be on the root cause rather than assigning blame. This approach fosters a culture of learning and continuous improvement, which is essential for maintaining high standards. Finally, by embracing continuous improvement, we ensure that our processes consistently enhance quality, safety, and compliance. This isn't a one-time effort but an ongoing journey, and it's vital for protecting patients and maintaining trust in our industry. So, in summary, effective CAPA, a focus on root causes, and a commitment to continuous improvement are the cornerstones of a resilient, responsible pharmaceutical operation. For further support, please feel free to contact us. We're here to help with any questions or additional information you might need. Thank you so much for your time and attention today. We truly appreciate your interest and engagement. If there's anything more you'd like to discuss, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, thank you and have a great day.